This 4-pillar framework I'm about to show you is exactly what I use to start and scale my remote cleaning business. Now I'm about to hit my first $10,000 month here in July, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get to this point. So let's get into it. The 4 pillars are very simple. It's the niche and location, foundations, subcontractors, and client acquisition. For context, what we're doing here is creating an in-person home service business and using the drop servicing fulfillment model. That's probably a lot of different buzzwords there. So to simplify it, for instance, I have a cleaning business. I focus on getting clients. And then once I have a job, I use subcontractors, which are other cleaners, other cleaning companies, to actually go do the job for me. So this allows myself and whoever uses this model to focus on getting clients, coordinating with the subcontractors, and then just communication and support with the clients. So it simplifies things and it allows the owner to not get stuck in that operator model where you're busy fulfilling everything and you can't scale because you don't have any time. So first things first is to figure out your niche and location. Now, while I do this for the cleaning business, and I'm going to give more specific examples about these pillars related to the cleaning business, you can apply this to almost any home service. Landscaping, pest control, snow removal, the list goes on. There's plenty of ways to figure that out. You can go to ChatGPT, that sort of thing, and just type in home service business. There's an important distinction to realize though. You need one that has a recurring revenue element to this. So for instance, cleaning business, people need weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly cleaning. Then you also have like commercial cleaning who need that same sort of frequency. Same with landscaping, pest control, subscription-based models, recurring revenue. Just keep that in mind when you're thinking of which home service. If it's not recurring, then you need to shoot for a home service that has a high value: roofing, HVAC, electrician, that sort of thing. Now, the next thing, once you figure out your niche, is figuring out the location where you're going to operate. Now, because we're going to mainly use subcontractors to fulfill the work, you can technically operate this business anywhere in the world. I recommend a place with over 250,000 population. This way it ensures there's a big enough market for pretty consistent demand for whatever service you choose. I also recommend starting your business in your local area. At least your first time doing this, do it in your local area, because you might need to fulfill the job, or you might need to go do a walkthrough to price the job accurately. That's one of the reasons why I chose house cleaning, because it's something that's pretty easy to learn. It does take a lot of attention to detail, obviously, but it's something that myself, my girlfriend, if we need to go fulfill a job, like, we can just go out and do it ourselves and we'll just keep all the profit. But it's something that we can take on. And then as well as the walkthroughs, it really helps to get your eyes on the actual job and understand the full scope of work before pricing it, so you make sure that you're always profitable. Now, the best ways to verify where and what is through Google Trends. It's just a free tool. You just search up Google Trends or Google Ads keyword search tool. Just sign up and create a Google Ads account that's also free. And then you use the keyword search tool. You're going to look up house cleaning. You're going to look up landscaping, these different home services, different keywords that someone might type in when they're looking for it, and then the location you're planning on operating in. And you want to see which location, which niche has the highest search volume. And then once you figure that out, you're going to choose the one that is the easiest to get into. House cleaning, all you needed was general liability insurance to get started, essentially. But something like electricians, they'd have other qualifications that might be needed. So that's another factor to look in. Just research and pick where and what. Let's move on to the business foundations. Now, you're going to start with your business name and logo. This is something a lot of people get caught up on. I know I do. It's fun. You're creating your business and you want to be creative. Please don't waste too much time on this, because it can be changed later. Your logo, I just use ChatGPT. I literally typed in, give me a logo for a cleaning company, and then use the Miami Dolphin colors, because this is where I live in South Florida. And then that way, those colors, if anyone sees it subconsciously down here, they're going to be familiar with the brand because they see it all their life, presumably. So just do the same thing. Any big team in your area, use their colors, and then get a logo for that. That's what I recommend. Or go to Canva. That's also another free way to get a logo. Don't waste too much time on that. Now, the business formation. This is going to include the structure of your business. So whether it's an LLC, sole proprietorship, I can't give you too much direction on that, but just research how you want to structure your business. It is important to do because this is how you're going to get your business bank account, credit card. This is how you're going to get verified with Google Business Profile, which is essential to this. Yeah, it's important also to separate your business finances from your personal. So you want to get on that as soon as possible. For example, an LLC, you can do it yourself, and I think it's maybe $100 to $200 to file with your state, depending on the state. I use LegalZoom, and they just did it for me. You spend more money, but to me, it was really easy, and I had no clue what I was doing at the time. So that's all I used. But that's for you to decide. And the other thing is too, with business formation, I kind of mentioned, look at what certifications you need, if you need any. For cleaning business, it is important to have general liability insurance. Not everyone cares that you have it, but I would say about 30% of our clients have asked me for it, and that's helped me close the deal with them. So look into it. That was really the only thing I needed to get started there. So the next thing, Google Business Profile. It is so essential because you probably seen this every day. You look up restaurants or any business near me on Google, and then you'll see their profile, their Google reviews, everything, right? That's what you want for your business because you're eventually going to get the majority of your business coming to your Google Business Profile. It's so important. That's the best thing about this model is it's a local business. You, by being available, by being on Google, you're already tapping into the hundreds, if not thousands of searches from people looking for your service. So you want a Google Business Profile. It's important to optimize that. Just have a nice description with a lot of keywords about your service, and then make sure you use those Google update postings. Now, the best way to optimize the business profile is to get reviews, photos, and videos. First thing I did, I just cleaned my own room. I took before and after pictures of cleaning my own room. My desk was a mess. My bathroom was disgusting. I just did that with my girlfriend, and that's what we use for our first piece of marketing material. And that's what we use to post on Google and then all of our social media platforms just to get ourselves out there. There's nothing wrong with that. And just consider that if you try to apply it to any other home service, get photos and videos of what you can. Clean somebody else's home. If you want to do your family a good deed, just to get some photos and videos, and then also get a review from them on your business profile. The more reviews you get, the more people who will organically come to your business profile, the higher the ranking you'll be at. We currently have 40 reviews, and we get, at this point, just in the past week, honestly, we're getting an organic call almost every other day. So that's great when you don't have to spend money on clients. The next thing is to get a payment processor. I use Stripe. You can use Zelle, Venmo, whatever you're comfortable with. I would recommend Stripe because it integrates with a lot of your CRMs and booking softwares and that sort of thing. So that is the number one payment processor I recommend. It's free and it was easy to set up. Then you want to have a business phone number and email. To me, I would personally like to separate it. I don't want to mix business calls with my personal and then get the contacts all messed up. It's just really disorganized. So I would recommend getting that as soon as possible. And I'll tell you how I got mine in a second. And then a website. Honestly, when you first create a website, almost nobody visits it. So to me, it's optional at first. If you know how to create your own website, go straight for it. It's good to have it because it just adds a level of professionalism to your business, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'll give you a good tip though. When you do your website, don't just say best house cleaning company or the best landscaping company. Say the best house cleaning company in Portland, Oregon, the best landscaping company in Washington, D.C. area, right? So localize your business services. Using your area, being very clear about your service area helps rank your business, your website on Google. And that's going to help you bring some more business organically. I would say this next thing, this Adapt CRM. This is my own CRM that I customize for home service businesses. It is, I would say, the second most important thing I do because it ties together everything: my payment processor, my business number and email, my website, everything I do. I live in this Zadap CRM day to day. My girlfriend and I use it. I can add my girlfriend and everybody else we need on the team to use this. It's where all your clients' data will live. So their name, phone number, email, any notes you have on them, that sort of thing. The communication. So I text, I call, I can send photos and videos of like before and after for them, for clients, and what I receive from my subcontractors as well. It helps with automations. Whenever I do Google Ads, somebody fills out a lead form, the system is automatically texting them, emailing them to get them to close, right? To get them to the next step of booking a walkthrough, whatever it is. Automation also includes missed call text back. If someone calls me, I can't get to the phone, it's going to automatically text them back and just engage with them. So it's really helpful. And then of course, marketing, I can send mass texts. I think next month I'm going to do a data reactivation at this point. With all my leads, I'm going to send out a mass text basically offering something like $30 off your next clean, or even a Google review request if everyone hasn't left one yet. Maybe even like a referral program. I can do that all through the CRM. It's where I have my landing page. If you guys do want to get set up with this, just get in contact with me with comment or whatever. I can give you all my automations, the landing page I use for my Google ads, basically set you up so you're off to the races with that. It's super important. Now, probably the main two pillars of this, this is how we're going to scale. So subcontractors. This is what's going to free up your time to focus on the marketing side of things. So subcontractors, like I said, these are just freelancers or other companies providing the same service, and they're going to fulfill the job for you. You might be wondering, where do you find these people? You can look on the Nextdoor app, for instance, especially for house cleaners. They're on the Nextdoor app. You can look in Facebook groups, ask people if they have any recommendations, depending on the niche that you're in. Mom groups, other house cleaning groups. I'm like I said, I'm going to speak specifically for cleaning business because that's what I know, but you get the gist, right? And then also just Google. I would recommend going to Google, just searching up, for instance, house cleaner near me. I'll go to the second or third page there and just call up the businesses that have at least 10 reviews and 5 stars. Call them and talk to them and see if they're interested in this subcontractor partnership, right? And that's how to pitch. So, like I said, it's simply texting them, calling them, letting them know what you plan to do, right? That you have jobs that you can't take on and you're hoping to have them fulfill it for a cut. It depends on really what you want to earn. So right now, I pay my subcontractors 60% of the job total, and then I keep 40. And that's because, we're taking on the client acquisition costs, that's ads, that's processing fees, that's sales tax, all these different things. So to me, the 60-40 is pretty fair because at the end of the day, they are doing the laborious work. At least with house cleaning, it can be pretty backbreaking depending on the job. So it's important to charge higher and pay your subcontractors well. The best way I found to just pitch it is already have a client lined up. Try to have it at least a week out and then just call them, say, I have a client. This is how much it is. If you're able to fulfill it, please let me know. And then you take it from there. But before actually giving them a client, I would highly recommend testing their quality with, for instance, a test clean. So I would set up a situation where the cleaner I'm speaking to goes to my friend's house, for instance, and just cleans the bathroom, does a deep clean of the bathroom or the kitchen. Very small job. And the idea is to, one, see if they show up on time in the allotted time, see if they're going to send you before and after pictures, see how well the job went. Did they handle everything within the checklist? within the scope of work. And then ultimately, because they're sending them to your friend, have your friend test them if they're home and ask them, hey, I want to book again. How can I get in touch? You want to see if that subcontractor is going to just let your friend know, yeah, just get back to Austin or whatever, get back to the office to book again. Or if they give you their personal number. If they give you the personal number, they're trying to snake the client from you, and then that just shows you don't want to work with that subcontractor. So I wouldn't worry too much about losing clients to subcontractors. They're basically shooting themselves in the foot with that. You're better off without them anyways, and you just keep moving on. There's plenty of people out there who you can trust, who understand that relationship. They value that you're bringing them the free jobs and you're handling all the coordination and communication. And then the onboarding, once they pass the test clean, or if you just go straight to give them a client, I just simply send my subcontractors like a little handbook just of expectations. If they can't do a clean that is scheduled for them, just let me know a day before, let me know as soon as possible, a couple of days before. Send before and after pictures to me. Let me know when you're on the way. Make sure to hit the checklist and do all the items on the checklist for the scope of work, depending on the type of job. Very simple stuff, but it's just so they can sign off and we're both understanding of what the expectations are. I need to make an important distinction though. Subcontractors are not employees. Differences that you need to be very careful, right? A subcontractor, they need to send you their availability. From then, you can give them jobs, you can schedule them at that time. You can't tell a subcontractor, this is the job, you're going to be here at this day or time, because now you're creeping into employee land and you don't want to be there. The reason why subcontractors are beneficial is because we're starting a new business. You want to build it up profitably. And with subcontractors versus employees, you don't pay additional taxes on top of the subcontractor's pay as you do with employees. They get their hourly rate, and then you're going to pay about 8 to 15% more in tax for an employee. With a subcontractor, that expense of labor will scale as you get more jobs. So it's much more sustainable until you're hitting about, I think, $30,000 a month consistently. You probably shouldn't think about getting an employee, right? The subcontractor, 1099, they're going to be responsible for paying taxes on their wages. Also, keep in mind, because of that, you should consider paying them a little bit more than what you would have paid the employee, because they're saving you 8 to 10% or 8 to 15% in tax, which is nice. Now, how do we get clients? This pillar, I'm telling you guys and ladies, this is easier than you'd think. It really is, because like I mentioned before, it's a local business. People are already searching for what you offer, the service you offer. It's a matter of making yourself available. So there's free ways, there's paid ways, there's a little bit in between. So the free ways, the free platforms, Nextdoor, there's Yelp, Facebook, Instagram, Google business profile. Just get yourself on all the platforms. It helps your search engine optimization. It just gives you a chance to post your information, even TikTok. Like, just put yourself on all these platforms. As far as organically getting clients, I think Nextdoor is probably the best, to be honest, from what I've seen, because people will post jobs, people will want to recommend. And so it's good to have your friends and family just go on Nextdoor, ask them to recommend you and kind of boost you in that algorithm. So I recommend those platforms. The next place to look are your friends and family. I mean, this is a great place to start off. Get marketing material, get your first reviews. You don't have to charge them if you don't want to. It's just you're doing them a service. In return, you get your marketing material and your reviews. It's going to go a long way for you, right? The next thing, like I said, kind of in between free and paid, it's mainly free. You want to contact people who need your service, right? Who need your service. So for house cleaning, something I didn't realize until I got into it are the realtors. They need services. They need their clients' homes cleaned for move-in, for listing the place when they're moving out or post-construction. So realtors, property managers, any business in your local area, These are people who need your service because it is important for them to have a clean environment to move on with their own sales cycle, right? To continue their own business essentially. And then the paid ad platforms. This is to me the easiest way to get clients, most efficient way. Obviously you gotta spend money, but you spend money and you make money, you get a return, right? I've tried at this point 6 platforms. So Yelp, Angie's Lead, Thumbtack, Google Pay Per Click, and LSA, and Nextdoor. Let's just get straight to what doesn't work. I would never spend another dollar on Nextdoor or Angie's Lead. Nextdoor is great for organic, for the free clients. As far as the actual ad platform, it performs very poorly, and I would just save your money, right? Angie's Lead is another service. You have to pay some sort of membership fee to get in there, and then they charge you quite a bit per lead. I would also stay away. A low quality experience with them in terms of the lead quality, so I wouldn't recommend that. Yelp, Thumbtack, Google Pay Per Click, and Google LSA is what I recommend. Yelp, to me, it's kind of like a lottery ticket. It's also very low cost leads, very low quality, but you're gonna find a couple in there who turn out to be amazing. For me, I've had over between 300 to 400 leads from Yelp so far. Only 6 of them ever became a client. 3 of those 6 are still recurring clients ever since we got them. So those are the great clients. And then the other 3 actually turn out to be realtors. So like I said, it's very hit or miss. I would recommend still trying it in your area. Florida, California, Texas, and New York. It seems to be the best there, but I would try it wherever you operate. Thumbtack, also kind of a lottery ticket. I was on it for about a month. I would say with Yelp and Thumbtack, also keep the budget low. You don't have to spend a lot to get leads. I was about to give up on Thumbtack until literally just this past Friday. I got a lead at like 10:30 at night, did a walkthrough the next day, and it turned out to be a $2,300 cleaning job. The place was absolutely terrible. Roaches, spiders, that sort of thing, but turned out to be a great return on investment with Thumbtack. So I would probably continue to do it. But otherwise, I would just go straight for Google LSA if you want the most simple route. And then Google Pay Per Click ads. Same platform, right? Google, but these are different ad platforms. Google Pay Per Click ads are also very high quality, very serious. Clients, they're looking for your service right away. With LSA ads, it's very simple to set up. All you do is give it a budget. You select your service areas and then just be ready to take phone calls and messages. You'll get charged per lead, but you can set your budget, just spend more as you scale, right? Google Pay Per Click, it is also very high quality, but with this much more extensive setup, you have to do keyword research, you have to create the campaign, then you have to set up a landing page that's separate from your website. And on the landing page, you need to set up conversion tracking and all these different things. And then not required, but I would recommend having something like the Zadapt CRM where you have the lead nurture automation. Someone fills out the lead form on your pay-per-click ad, then the system is automatically texting them, trying to book an appointment with them or getting you on a phone call with them. So that's something to consider. But yeah, these are really the only 4 things, the 4 pillars that I followed to get to this point. And I'm at the point of just scaling. So I'm just putting money into ads because the first 2 areas have already been solidified, right? At this point, I've already got my subcontractors. You really don't need a lot. I recommend just getting at least 2 solid subcontractors and then just start getting clients as soon as possible. And right now, all I'm worried about is client acquisition, coordinating with the subcontractors, and then just keeping up with support and communication for my current clients. And at this point, just putting more money into the ads and getting quality subcontractors to take on those jobs and just scale it slowly. You know, you see a lot of things online where people are just making a ton of money and you want to be there too so quickly. I started this back in January. I didn't really put in the effort until about May, and I'm at this point now. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like everybody goes at their own pace. So as long as you just stick to a framework and then do the thing that you know will push the needle. For this business to work, once you have the foundations, once you know what you want to do and where, you have the foundations, you find a subcontractor, the main thing is just client acquisition. Just Do whatever you can every day to do something for your marketing to get yourself out there and acquire clients. So follow this framework. Like I said, if you need help getting set up on any part of this, feel free to comment, subscribe. If you need to get set up on the Zadap CRM, just hit me up and I'll be in touch. Till then, appreciate y'all watching. See you later. Bye.